Hey, how you doing there, young fella? Welcome to episode 4 of Friday Night Mildred, or if you like this better, Friday Night Mildred. And I have a mega episode for you today that has almost everything in it. We've got disconnects, we've got post-croaked as soon as we got in, we got the shit beaten out of us a few times, I can tell you that much. And everything in between. So you know how it works. I'm going to jump in if I got something to say. This was really cute. This was really nice. Tranquil walk. Tranquil walk in whatever year it is. And we're going to bump into that guy again, and we're not going to have a good time then either. Get the feeling like, I don't know, he's maybe just protecting his buddy, but like, I don't know. Tranquil walk. Did you really need that? But that's the thing too with invading, you never really know what you're up against. This guy, I believe this guy beckoned me, which, you don't want to do that. And that was the end of that shit. And I don't know where the host was, and we almost got knocked right off of there, which would have been bad news. Little parry spam action for you. That was kind of sketchy there. We could have really gone off. We almost went off right there. Hey, host, excuse me. Yeah, this was funny. I just run away from him. And we'll just play tag around the thing there. I thought that was pretty good. And I've been guilty of this too. When you roll around unlocked, you make it a fair bit easier to get backstabbed. This guy, now I ended up talking to this guy after. This guy was cool. Or so I thought. And he, well, I'll just let her go here, and we'll see what happens. So I have had this happen many, many times where I invade somebody who is trying to get the Hellkite Drake tail cut, and I thought that this would be kind of a good opportunity to maybe wave to the camera, and then he waved to the camera too, which was funny, and then he just backstabs me out of nowhere, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Okay, eventually we got to get a parry on this guy. I'm not so hot at parrying the hammer class weapons. So I really need to practice that. And this guy really picked a bad place to stop and chug. But it was kind of funny. Anyway, we're friends now, so... he messaged me and said, well... And I don't know if he was sarcastic, because I don't even know if he had the Drake Sword, but... he said, thanks for waiting until I got the Drake Sword. Oh, this is that Phantom that we saw earlier. Mr. Fun Police, I guess. I don't know. Pretty effective, low-level build here. You know I love the Gravelord Sword. It's one of my personal favorites. And I don't mind taking this guy to town with the hollow there, but of course, that's going to be over pretty soon. And this guy just, like, no gesture, no response, nothing. That guy's all business. Whatever, dude. You know, I could... I don't know. Maybe that guy had a bad experience with some low-level invaders at some point in his life, or maybe he's just a really cool guy. I'm not sure. Sometimes you invade people and you just dick around. It's like, well, you don't really want to fight, and if I'm invading with this character or with a low-level character, a lot of the time I will kind of base what I'm going to do off of what the host does. So I'll allow the host to set the tone. Now, if he's got a phantom with him, that can screw the whole thing up, because a lot of the time they'll just go ape shit on you, and then you're like, all right, well, you've dictated the course of the invasion, so I guess we're doing that. And I don't have a problem with that. But this guy looks like he wants to go to the bonfire, so let's let him go to the bonfire. I don't like to, not every time, but a lot of the time I don't like to force my low-level opponents into fighting something they don't want to fight. So I'm okay with that. And we saw a vagrant on Friday night. That was pretty wild. Thanks for the twin humanities. And I'd like to thank whoever ate shit and lost a ton of souls in humanity and allowed that vagrant to spawn for us. I was impressed with this guy using the Lucerne, and speaking of Lucerne, I am working on a Back to Basics episode where we're going to cover a couple more thrusting weapons, and Lucerne is pretty much the one that's going to be featured. We've got a couple other ones, but I'm kind of digging that Lucerne. It is a funky weapon. It is strange. But I don't think it's bad. I think it's kind of weird to get used to. And we'll talk about that in that episode. But yeah, I was impressed to see somebody else actually using one. That was really not something you see all the time, or ever. I think the Lucerne is one of those like kind of awkward moveset halberds that a lot of people they give it a couple swings and they're like, fuck this, it's too weird. But I think it's got very, 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 very similar AR and damage output to the regular halberd, the one that also has a thrust attack as an R1. We were very mean to this guy here. We were very mean to this poor boy here. But he made the choice to go AFK. Save and quit takes less than 1 second if you've practiced it, like if you do quit outs and that kind of shit. And we got some sweet, sweet, succulent humanity straight out of this guy's ass. And he's still not responding here, so I said, you know what? This is how we treat AFK guys. We suck all the humanity out of their asshole. And then we kick them into the first enemy we can see. And we hope, of course, that the guy's gonna, get off the toilet or finish doing whatever he's doing so that we can have actually a proper fight with him, because I would rather do that. I don't mind sucking the humanity out of his shit pipe, but is what it is. Okay, and we wave goodbye. This is your last chance to come out of this, pal. Because after this, we got Mr. Torch Hollow, and he's not going to be as nice to you as I was. And I thought it was kind of taking a little while for that Torch Hollow to kill him. So I start thinking like, God, did the guy actually get out of it? Did the guy come back or what happened? But turns out he croaked. So that was all right. This was very sad. This was very, very sad. I don't know what kind of a player has conduct like this. So you disconnect. It's like, why wait for me to jump over? Like, what was the point of that? Oh, this one was so silly. So I think this guy's name was Cat Daddy or something like that. And you saw at the beginning, it said a dark spirit invaded, and I think here, like, okay, the guy's fingered or something, and, you know, play the stupid game, I guess, however you want to play it, but, like, I don't know, Red's beating up on Reds, I think that's kind of stupid. And this guy got a fucking hornet ring. It's like, dude, what are you doing? So obviously Red is, I don't know for sure, but I would think maybe Red knew that host or something. I don't know what the fuck Red's problem was. Guys just you know, they call him Dick Wraith for a reason. And then I went back in there, and this was the same guy who had Red with him, and I was kind of trying to figure out the best way to get to him, and ultimately it turned out I didn't have to. Because he ate shit. And we're actually going to see him again later. This was our friend. He's our new friend who was trying to get the Drake sword and then just backstabbed me out of nowhere. And it's like, whatever, dude, that's fine. And then we get to talking, and we're friends now. And I did some co-op with him, and we're thick as thieves now. And he did get that Drake sword, I can see. So. GG to our new friend. This one pissed me off, and we've kind of touched on this concept briefly, but it was a case of I probably should have won this one, but I didn't. I had been hanging out with the host and this guy a bit, and I felt like that was a nice parry from this guy. I thought like, oh, we're friends now or whatever. We're not every PvP match has to end in bloodshed. We take out the... we've talked about this too. Like, you never bow to gankers, because gankers are the scum of the earth. And I bowed to that guy thinking, okay, we'll have a 1v1. Well, that's not what happened. Obviously, his host buddy interfered, which is fine. And I mean, if you want to gank me, then gank me. I don't have a problem with that. And he had summoned this other person too. So I took out his first phantom, and this was the worst thing that could have happened right here. Not me getting backstabbed. That wasn't very good either, but... and this host was actually kind of smart. I don't know if he was kind of smart on purpose or how this exactly fell into place here, but like... And fuck if I could have just got that goddamn parry. Proposed, excuse me. The host was kind of smart. He got behind me, and then I just took a fucking beating here, and that was just the end of that shit. When you are sandwiched between two dudes, that's brutal. But I think most of the people on my channel, I don't have to tell you what it's like to be sandwiched between two dudes. You live it every day, just like I do. Don't know what that means. I don't want to know what that means. Yeah, there was a couple of these tonight too where you just get in and the host dies. This guy was fun. This guy was your typical, if you came in here to goof around, then I'm here to goof around too. And I like that. I respond pretty well to that. Especially especially invading at this soul level. Like, I don't normally force PvP on people unless they want a piece of me, and I don't know, you'd be surprised at how many people want a piece of this dumpy, almost naked chick here, so. But I decided while he's off letting Lautrec out, I will tidy up the place for him and have a good time. So he can come back and there's nowhere to sit. Kind of ridiculous. I had a video on this quite a while ago, and I didn't know that he came in here. He just snuck up right behind me, and he was in that room, and then I come back out here and I'm like, what? Because I thought he was still up there. And this guy gives me a nice point up, and I point to the direction of the boss, and he goes for it. So that was nice. That was one of our wholesome ones for Friday night. GG to that guy. I hope he beat the hell out of those goddamn gargoyles. Yeah, we had a couple like this where you just get in and collect that humanity. I don't know what this guy was doing. And I totally fucking missed that plunge, and that, I don't know, that would have killed him, probably not, but he disconnected. We had a lot of disconnects on Friday too. I didn't even include them all here because, you know, you've seen one, you've seen a couple of them, it's like, whatever. I like a guy like this who he'll gesture with you, but he also says, hey, come kick my ass, boy. I'm kind of like that too. I don't care how shitty it is, I will not back down from the fight. Guy is using the high-speed falchion, looks like. And you will see in a moment, I go over to Laurentius, as you can see, he's still here. And try to get the host to start wailing away on him. Ooh, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice if you poison misted Laurentius there? Wouldn't that be great? I don't know. Oh, excuse me, guys. I don't know if he can be affected by that. I imagine he would be. Probably not like that too much. And casting something like that is a excellent way to get backstabbed. And it's like, dude, if you didn't learn your lesson the first time, I'm just going to give you another one. You gotta get a little sharper than that, boy, when Mildred's in town. Fucking disconnected. It's just a waste of everybody's time. It's like, how hard is it to play offline? But because it is an inconvenience for the person who has to save and quit out and then come back in, isn't it? It's a hassle for everybody. Just why do it? This guy just barely came up short on that. And that was a nice parry with his bare hand. And we get a nice point down from this guy, but then he bows after. Like, what the fuck is that, dude? Pick one. No consistency there. I wish I'd been able to get that parry off of his first hit. That would have been nice. I'll give it to you, honey, if you want it. And good reflexes by the host there, actually rolling away a couple times. But you're not going to escape my backstab this time, lady. Oh yeah, this is Cat Daddy again. This was the guy who had his... Yeah, see him fingering there, so... using the dried finger, excuse me. This was the guy who had that phantom that came in, and I said, now you are going to get the beating of your fucking life. So that was kind of a big fuck you to Cat Daddy there, and I don't feel the least bit bad about it. And I already got a humanity from him anyway because of that invasion that I did after, where he went off and died somewhere. So, you know, I'm fine with it. This player was kind of like the dude with the Gravelord sword and the Mother Mask, but just kind of like, I've got some, you know, out of the area stuff that I'm gonna use, and that demon spear is just vicious, but it is very fun to use. Nice bow from this young lady. This is our final clip tonight. I like that piggy hat, and most of the time I don't really have much of an opportunity to use it, but I think it is very cool. There's a lot of things, I was just talking to my wife the other day, like, there's a lot of cool things in Dark Souls that never made it anywhere else, like you could argue the family masks never made it anywhere else. And we're getting tightened up here. We better chug up here. Things like the piggy hat. I don't think there was anything like that. And we kind of got a surprise parry there, which I kind of just threw one out. Wasn't really expecting that. And the range of this butcher knife is pretty wild, as that guy found out. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. That was our mega episode 4. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see your fine ass later.